to this week's edition of the Side Splitters. My name is Lyle.
My name is Poker Pete.
And our goal tonight is to leave you in stitches. How you doing tonight, Poker Pete?
Oh, I'm just doing Jim Dandy, buddy. I was wondering when you're going to come over for a poker night, because you never do.
Oh, I don't know. You son of... Oh, man, poker. That's funny. Oh, you're so funny. So, how are you really?
Oh, I'm doing peachy. Just in the middle of some adult changes in life, so just trying to muddle my way through that, realizing that I have to leave behind video games and immaturity and candy for breakfast and all those other things that I totally don't do now.
Why are you leaving behind video games?
Oh, because they're such a childish, rudimentary form of entertainment. I can't be bothered.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like this is the last episode of the Side Splitters.
No. It's essentially just not having the time. My God. I'm pretty pissed that I can't find a website that'll actually keep an SNES Classic in long enough for me to pre-order it.
Oh my God, we are so not talking about that right now. I know.
It's a trap.
It really is, and we're not going to talk about it because we've touched on things like this enough before. Not to mention, I try to stray away from video game conversation. If you want video game conversation, feel free to go to our Twitch page, twitch.tv/sidesplitters, and you can see us streaming every every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. It's almost like my body coughed because they knew I was lying.
Right? Don't you lie to those people.
More importantly, if you hit the follow button on our Twitch page, you will be notified whenever we go live, so you don't have to keep up with our hectic schedules. So there's that. But on to the adult thing. Yeah, man, I mean, for those that don't know, Andy is not only planning a wedding, but also trying to buy a house.
Yeah.
I've done one of those things. I know how, intense it can be. And I've given myself much more time than you're giving yourself. So I can only imagine, and I'm referring to, of course, the wedding. So I can only imagine how intense it is to buy a house on top of that.
Yeah, and, I got 2 months to do it, so.
Yeah, that's another thing. You're giving yourself a freaking time limit. Oh, you are just a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, but I do it out of love. Latin love.
You're the worst. I needed that to sit for a minute in everyone's taste buds, just so they can hear exactly how awkward and cringy that felt.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want it to just be me. I needed everyone to just sit there and feel every syllable of Latin love come out of Andy's lips.
Be thankful that's the only place it's coming out of.
For now. Anyway, so, yeah, speaking of the whole adult thing, I mean, I'm sitting at work today, right?
Oh, work.
And, yeah, that's an adult thing, but I kind of did something, I don't want to say I did something childish, but I kind of started thinking something childish. I was trying to convince some of the teenagers I work with that I can do my job better than they can. And I was trying to convince them to, place a bet, to say that, I can do mine better. If I do it better, you give me, $20. If I don't, I give you $20. None of them would buy it.
Jeez. No, I wouldn't take that.
I had a guy there one time, and it was so great, too, because, this dude was cool. I've mentioned him on a podcast before. His name is Koshius Childs. Anyway, he was just a simple creature. He really was. So it wasn't a matter of, hey, I can do this better than you. It was a matter of, I gotta throw this piece of paper away. Let me crumple it up into a ball and go to shoot into the trash. Wait a minute. Hey, Koshius, $5 as I make it. And that's what we would bet on.
Oh, jeez.
Whether or not I would make the ball of paper into the trash can or not.
No, you're the wrong complexion for that.
No, no, no. I got really good at it. Are you kidding me? On top of that, I hope my boss never listens. We we have these lids at work that go on top of the containers for the spices, and we have them in bulk as well as the containers in bulk. Obviously, they're separate. So it started with us finding broken lids and going, oh well, we gotta throw these away, so let's make a game out of it. And like I would try to toss them as far away as possible into trash cans, but they're lids, so they're kind of like frisbee shaped. So you have to frisbee throw it and compensate for the curve and all that. Anyway, my point is I got really good at it, and I got coaches to bet with me that I couldn't make those in because that's a bet that you should take. Like, oh no, there's no way you're making that in. You want to bet how much? $5? Yeah, that's a quick $5 for me. As it's sinking into the trash can. Well, double or nothing. You can't do that again if you tried. All right. So $10 later, he learned his lesson. A couple of years go by, and now I can't get anyone else to agree with me to do it.
Aw.
It's boring, man. But there's just it's one of those.
There's only
things...
so much excitement that you can add to your workplace environment,
And that's kind of the thing. There's that, and I have gotten so good at that I know I'm not failing. Like, if I do fail, I'm going to say double or nothing, and they're going to go, okay. And then I'm going to get it every time after that, and I'm going to walk away with profit.
Yeah, I never really took any of those bets at work. All it was like informational stuff. People know that I have a really weird memory system. Like, I remember a lot of shit that I probably shouldn't at work. So whenever anybody's like, hey, does anybody have any info on this? I'm like, yeah, I got blah, 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 blah. And they're like, that can't be right. He's like, you want to bet? Everybody knows by now. It's like, no, if I say that's what it is, it's probably what it is. And I'm not always right. Sometimes I find out after the fact that I wasn't. But, like, it's soon after before it was acted on. So I'll come back to them and be like, oh, yeah, that thing I thought? Yeah, forget it. I said that. It's actually this. Like, whoa, you were wrong. And it's like a big deal. And everybody laughs. The kids laugh. And I die a little inside.
Touching. Me, on the other hand, I just say that I'm right at work, and if they prove me to be wrong, I punch them.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a much easier system. Shit, I have to adopt that.
You really should. It's great. Especially the one plays soccer. So he's a goalie, and he went to go jump for a block, and apparently, like, cut open his side. And I was like, oh,
How
that's.
do you do that?
I don't know. I made fun of him a lot for it, though. Make matters worse, apparently it got a little bit infected, so it's like a giant gaping scab on the side of his stomach. Obviously, it's covered and all that, so
Obviously.
It's not like he's infected and should not be working with spices or anything like that. Plus, we give him most of the crap work anyway, like cleaning up boxes and stuff like that. Regardless, it's always great to go up to him and tell him to do something, and when he kind of gives you lip or whatever, you just gotta. Does someone need a scab punch? Because it sounds like someone needs a scab punch. But anyway, any bets that you would definitely take outside of work, like every time?
Typically, a lot of mine involves food. Because I could, yeah, I could pack it away. Like, if anybody was like, oh, hey, I bet you that I could eat more sushi than you, and I'm like, you're on. Like, I will take that bet in a heartbeat. Because I do know how to pack away. Specifically sushi. Like, I don't know about most other foods. Because here's the thing, I have to be really into the food to be able to make it a competition where I will actually force my body to be like, no, you are taking this.
Yeah.
If it's pizza from a place, depending on what the pizza is, I've eaten a whole pizza by myself.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on where it's from, because otherwise, if I'm choking down 4 slices and I'm like, man, I just want this to be over, I'm not gonna push myself to eat the rest of it. But sushi, man, it doesn't even matter. There's good sushi on every menu, even ShopRite brand. Just oh, hey, we made this in a tin, go eat it. Hell yeah, give me 10 of those. I don't even care.
That's gross. Gas station sushi.
Gas station sushi, yeah. It's oh, what's that black thing? Tomato. It's good. I'll eat that all day long. And then when anybody be like, oh hey, I could eat you under the table. It's like I'll start on top of the table. I'll meet you there.
My thing with sushi is there's only so many I like because I don't like fish. So I probably would lose to you there. Uh, but if you brought chicken wings into the matter, whew, I can put
Okay,
away some.
so
Yeah.
that all depends if they're boneless or not.
Oh dear lord. No, they're not
I'm sorry.
boneless.
Then yeah, you would get me because honestly, like the amount of effort it takes to take the meat off the bones loses my attention span. Like I'm just like, all right, bored now. Like if I could just shovel the wings into my mouth, like if you want to have a buffalo chicken nugget eating contest, I could do that.
Well, good because that's what buffalo boneless wings are. Chicken nuggets.
Yeah,
All right. As long as we're aware. Anyway.
yeah, and I would do that in a heartbeat. Like who needs bones? I'm not paying for a part of the food I can't eat.
Mm, yeah, but it's something about the actual wings that are a lot tastier than the processed stuff and all that.
Well, I mean that's where the sauce comes in. If it's really good sauce, it doesn't matter if it's processed meat. I'll suck it down.
Oh
Put
shit.
rubber nipple on the top of that fucker. Give it to me. Oh, mama's milk.
Jesus God. I mean, it's not just eating that is my bet that I would take every time. That's yours. I'm just saying what I would probably win in an eating contest with most people.
And I'm saying it would be conditional. Ooh, wait. I would totally. Okay. I would totally take that bet against you if it was like cheeseburgers.
You would lose, man.
Uh huh. Do you say that?
You would lose.
No such thing as a bad burger.
Do you know how much I like cheeseburgers?
Yeah, and I also know that you have a clear 80 pounds on me, but I don't even care. Like,
80. Yeah, in my legs.
so, I think the one advantage I would have is that your stomach would be too choked from the fat around it to be able to hold down enough cheeseburgers to survive.
So, I mean, what kind of burgers we talking here?
We talking like maybe at most two fixings. Like we're talking basic like bun, patty, cheese, two fixings, maybe a sauce. That's about it. That's the limit.
Well, the amount of fixings would have to be equal to both of our. And I'm thinking just like if it's a good enough burger, I'm even saying like no toppings at all, just meat, cheese, bun. That's it.
I could do that too.
Name and time and place, buddy.
Well, your place, obviously.
your dime on the burger stand.
Fair.
Mister, I'm planning a wedding and buying a house at the same time. Someone got a raise.
Oh, I did get Employee of the Month. That got me another $100 gift card.
There you go. Employee of the month. All because of that useless information,
Yep, that's what I
Good for
do.
you. Good for you. Happy for you.
Hmm. Yeah. No, totally. We're coming back to this because I'm not going to let this drop. I will eat more cheeseburgers than you.
Maybe after episode 50 we'll do something with that.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, so that's that. But what do you say we get things started here and go into clickbait news? Because our show's shorter now.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The format's
For some reason, I
changed
keep
and all
forgetting about
that.
that.
And yeah, no complaints yet. So I'm gonna guess that we're
No,
good to go.
I think the last one went well enough.
Yeah, I do too. Let's see. Let's see how far we can go with weird European voices this time around.
Yeah, we'll see.
It
But
just
what
so happens
stories?
that my first
Okay.
clickbait news story comes from Germany.
Oh, Achtung.
What?
Achtung!
Okay, you gotta sound a little angrier.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I need you to tell me what was stolen from a truck in Germany.
Um, was it Mein Führer?
No.
Mein Kampf!
It was 20 pounds of new, or excuse me, 20 tons, 20 tons of Nutella.
That is a huge difference between 20 pounds and 20 tons, sir.
I know. Like the difference of the amount of cheeseburgers you would eat compared to the amount of cheeseburgers I would eat.
Oh, you are cruising for it.
Anyway, so police in Germany are on the lookout for a thief with a massive sweet tooth. According to That's funny. According to reports, over 20 tons of Nutella and chocolate eggs were stolen from a refrigerated trailer in the town of Neustadt. The sugary heist reportedly took place sometime between August 12th and 13th, and the thief or thieves would have needed their own truck to carry away that much chocolate, authorities say. German police are looking to see if the heist may be connected to the theft of an empty tractor trailer in the town Weimar around the same time. It's not even clear if they were after the sweets or after the trailer. At this point, we don't know what their motive was. Police spokesman Martin Allach said, per CBS affiliate KYTX.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe some overambitious German is trying to be like the European equivalent of Willy Wonka.
I was thinking along the lines of Hansel and Gretel for some reason, but sure, that Willy Wonka thing seems much more,
Come with me, and you'll see a world of pure imagination.
I couldn't ask for anything better. Oh, man.
Living there, you'll be free unless you're Jewish.
Oh, my God. Can you maybe give us...
If you want to view Poland.
I was hoping you could give us the reactions of the people that can't view freedom. No?
Want to guess the world? No. There's nothing to it.
I wasn't talking about that. I'm done with the German one. I want to hear the other side now.
Wait. No. It's not worth it.
Damn it. The chocolate robbery wasn't even the only food-related crime of the weekend.
You're right back in it.
Another trailer with 30 tons of fruit juice inside was reportedly...
What?
Fruit juice. Fruit juice. God.
And don't forget my sippy.
Another trailer with 30 tons of fruit juice inside was reportedly swiped from the town of Wittenberg. The stolen Nutella and other chocolate candies have been valued at around $82,000. In the meantime, police are warning people to be suspicious if they get any odd offers for sweet treats. Anyone offered large quantities of chocolate via unconventional channels should report it to the police immediately. That is hysterical.
Like, what do you do if you have 20 tons of Nutella that you've stolen? Like...
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how you approach someone with dreams of Nutella in their near future. Like, hey man, you want some chocolate? Some chocolate?
I've got something for you to spread.
You'll have puppies?
And can I interest you in 100% real fruit juice?
Alright, that's enough of that. What? This isn't what I picked. Is this what I picked? No.
This is not my beautiful juice.
No. Okay. I must have accidentally clicked somewhere because I was like, that's not what this is way dark. Something about like, husband and wife doing suicide together or something. No, that's not what I picked.
Oh yeah, no. No, what is this, Countdown to Geek Town? We're not doing that.
Well, speaking of their clickbait news, so this one happened in Florida.
Okay.
In a McDonald's.
Okay. With you so far.
What did the drive-through passenger do once he was told the ice cream machine was broken?
Oh, he tried to jump through the driver into the window to throttle the person that's standing there.
He pulled out a replica AR-15 assault rifle.
Okay.
A
Because,
Delray,
that's a perfectly reasonable response to that.
yeah. A Delray beach man wasn't happy that a nearby McDonald's didn't have any ice cream, so he pulled out a replica AR-15 rifle while he waited in the drive-thru line, police said. John Henry was arrested Monday after the incident at the McDonald's on Linton Boulevard. Delray Beach police said Henry was a passenger in a car at the drive-thru when the driver, who was ordering food at the intercom, became upset with the employee who was taking his order. According to a probable cause affidavit, the driver, identified as Michael Delhomme, was upset because the ice cream machine wasn't working. The employee told police that he watched from the store surveillance video as Henry got out of the front passenger seat and went into the trunk to remove what appeared to be a rifle. The employee told his coworkers, and they went into the bathroom to hide and call 911. Police said surveillance videos confirmed employees' accounts of what happened. According to the report, Henry admitted that Delhomme asked him to get the stick from the trunk after the dispute about the ice cream. Henry said he put the gun between his legs in the front seat. Henry was arrested on a charge of improper exhibition of a firearm. Wow.
Wow. That is, I mean, it's been pretty hot, so I can see people having a short fuse as far as not being able to have instant access to ice cream.
Especially
But
in Florida.
holy shit. Like, especially, what do you do from the McDonald's employee aspect of it? You tell somebody, no, you can't have this menu item, and they pull a gun out of their trunk. You're just like, yeah, no, I've spent my life wisely. Like, I am ready to die for a broken ice cream machine.
At that point, I feel like
he wrote it indeed.
At that point, I feel like you just kind of go, you know what? I agree with you, man. Come in here, we'll shoot the whole place up. Let's break the ice cream machine even further.
You gotta get on the guy's side.
Yeah.
All right, how about this? How about I will go ahead across the street to the convenience store and buy you a pint of Ben & Jerry's.
Yeah, it's much better anyway. Come on.
Yeah, seriously. Because, I mean, when was the last time you ate ice cream at McDonald's?
I never get to because the machine's always broken.
Come to think of it, I've had similar experiences too, but I don't want to get ice cream at McDonald's because of two main reasons. One is it always smells like French fries. Just because of the close proximity of all the other fried food in the place, it just does not. It has this like stale fast food aura about it. And then two, the taste of it is like, it's gritty in some areas and smooth in others. It's like you got like the best of three batches of particular ice cream, one of which may have been left in there overnight. You can't tell. And the other stuff might have been new-ish. But when it smells like French fries, it's hard to argue whether or not it's good or bad. So you just eat it because you spent money on it, and it's hot outside, and it's all pretty gross.
To me, it's just like, I don't typically go looking for ice cream. If anything, I'm hoping for a milkshake because it's like, great, I'm at McDonald's. That means I'm going to get a disgusting cheeseburger or gross chicken nuggets. What's that?
There's easier ways to pick up boys.
But my thinking behind it is just I'm going to try to suck down this fake cheeseburger as fast as possible and then, follow it with as much sugary drink that I can. That is a chocolate milkshake. And the worst part about it is they just take a vanilla milkshake and add chocolate syrup to it, which drives me crazy. It's like, come on.
That's pretty lazy. But it's fast. It's convenient.
Ugh, it's annoying because they don't stir it all the way.
Yeah, that's the other problem with it.
Yeah, the other problem is it should be called a milk stir, not a milkshake. Shake it to get it together. Don't stir it.
Wait, you James Bond all of a sudden? It's like, oh, Mr. Bond, how would you like your milkshake? Shaken. Poured over a horse ass.
Oh, so the Sean Connery James Bond, got it.
Yeah, oh yes. Absolutely. The best James Bond.
James Bond. Anyway, on to story 3 and the last story of the clickbait news segment. Can you tell me how 15 teenagers got rabies?
Um, an orgy with a foaming raccoon.
Well, this is one of those moments where I hate to say this, but you're not far off.
No.
15 teenagers get rabies after, and Maria, stop listening at this point because I know you're going to hate this part. Raping a donkey.
What?
The 15 teenagers, 15 youngsters. Okay, this is the article that is going to drive me crazy this week because I pre-read this to make sure it was real. Because it reminded me of the alligator story from that we did, a bunch of episodes ago. So I pre-read it a little bit and was just like, this is so horribly written, and there was no way I could fix it. I was just like, I'm just gonna butcher through this and see what happens. 15 youngsters developed an admiration for a donkey spent a week in a... See, this is what I mean. 15 youngsters who developed an admiration for a donkey spent a week in a Moroccan hospital after catching a highly contagious disease from the beast. The 15 teenagers from rural Morocco had to be treated for rabies after reportedly gang raping an infected local donkey. According to the Moroccan daily Al Akbar newspaper, the youngster...
It's a trap.
Oh my god, that's so great. They have everything except Admir. Admir is literally the part of that that's missing. It's Al Akbar. According to the Moroccan daily Al Akbar newspaper, the youngsters from... I can't even get through it. The youngsters from Sidi Al Kamel spent a week in a hospital maybe, being treated
Yes.
after the animal transmitted the disease to them. According to the newspaper, the shocking incident left the families of the youngsters in distress and horror.
No kidding.
Authorities also claimed that the actual number of infected people could be a lot higher, as many families took their sons for treatment outside the immediate area to avoid shame. Local authorities are now trying to find out who else had approached the donkey to admire it to limit further possibility of this disease spreading.
What
right.
about this particular rabies-stricken donkey is so damn attractive?
I don't know.
Was it wearing a pink tutu?
The occurrence not only became the subject of mockery and ridicule among the population of the small town, but also one of fear and shame for families who had their children vaccinated in case they had been close to the animal. And here's the worst part. Local authorities ordered the owner of the animal to slaughter it to avoid further risk of spreading disease.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so oddly enough, killing it doesn't stop it from being sexy. So there's that. But the other token for this is that is a very large group of stupid people in one spot. Like, when you're talking like, okay, I could see like maybe 3 friends doing it on a dare because they have nothing else better to do because it's freaking, Morocco.
Fair.
But at the same token, like, okay, 15? 15.
Yeah.
See, this is what, they need a Denny's. if Morocco had Denny's, people wouldn't be raping rabies donkeys. They would just be talking like they would at 3 o'clock in the morning after having their moons over my hammy, and then call it a day.
Man, you know what I would do right now if we weren't stuck at this Denny's?
I don't even care if it's got like a bunch of like foam all over his face from I don't know, rabies or a zombie plague. I don't even care. I want it. I would fuck a donkey. Oh my god. Are you gonna eat those fries?
Yeah,
I think you're not gonna eat those fries.
Can I get another bucket of fries? Because this is great. I don't know why we didn't have French fries sooner in Morocco.
Do you have like soup? Like, I want soup. What kind of soup do you have?
3 o'clock in the morning, you order soup at a Denny's. Oh my god. And you know someone out there does. I know for a fact someone out there does, because I used to work at a Denny's.
I want soup at the craziest straw that you have.
Alright, let's move on.
I want to get this little piece of potato in my mouth from the crazy straw. I want you to time me. Ready to go. It's not good. I can't get it up the straw. I'm tired. Anybody else tired? Let's go fuck a donkey.
And then somehow there's a German passerby that's kind of on the run, and he's just like, "Did you say you're doing what to the donkey? Do you need something to persuade the donkey with? Donkeys like chocolate."
Here's some chocolates for the donkey, and maybe even the loo.
Thank you. I can't do a German accent. I'm glad you saved me there. Alright. Anyway. We have a listener's corner this week. I don't know if I said this last week or not, but the listener's corner last week was the songs that you don't know the lyrics to, but you sang anyway. Yeah, I think I said it was listener's corner. Anyway, I just wanted to make sure I pointed out that it was the listener's corner. This week we have a new one. It comes from a fan. And they want to know if we have... They apparently got yelled at work the other day for shaking their leg. As in, like, a nervous twitch kind of thing. Like, how can I put this? Constantly pumping the brakes. You know what I mean? Just kind of... You're going
No,
down.
I have a friend like that.
Okay, yeah, it's me.
Totally understand.
Yeah, it's me, because it's my aunt that requested this, and it's our family trait. I'm trying to work this around my mind. Like, do I even mention that she's my aunt? And I'm like, well, I have to, because it's my family trait. And if I'm going to say what it was that for her, and then I'm going to say what it is for me, it's something we all do. I don't know why. It's just something we all do. We just all nervously twitch our legs just constantly, and we will get yelled at for it. Like, the entire car or table or whatever is just shaking. Or, you know, we're sitting on, like, a slightly squeaky chair or something like that, and your leg's just going to town. All you hear is... So, anything like that.
Other than poor eyesight?
Oh, thank God you said it, because if you didn't, I was going to.
Because I think literally everybody in my family wears glasses. Like, literally everybody. But other than not being able to see further than 5 feet, I don't know. Like, we have a lot of, like, you know, I guess nerdy or geek-like tendencies. Just not like, you know, Revenge of the Nerds, where it's like the donkey laugh. But you know, more or less just like an interest in, you know, pop culture in general, I guess. Or even like the seedy underbellies of the sci-fi culture. Ooh. But no furries. I want to make that perfectly clear.
No donkeys.
So, you know,
No
not going to be attracting any donkeys anytime
right. Gotcha.
Yeah. But as far as like a physical trait besides poor eyesight, not really. Other than we're all fat.
Yeah.
Like every one of us. I started to get my little paunch, you know, 2 or 3 years ago.
My family's not all fat, but I certainly am. So there you go. There's the family traits conversation. And then finally, I have one more topic to touch on before we whisk these fine folk into the night with tales of donkeys and fake assault rifles for not having ice cream. And that is, oh God, do you have you ever had, and do you have, a reoccurring non-sexy fantasy?
Non-sexy.
Non-sexy.
Okay, so we have to specify non-sexy.
Yes.
Actually, yeah. Um, so besides this thing that I do all the time in the car,
Masturbate?
which, huh? No, not that. Um, no, I don't know. So ever since I was a little kid growing up, like whenever you look out the window of a moving vehicle, like I've had this like I would imagine like some sort of character running along the side of the road, and like the obstacles in the road would be the stuff that he'd have to jump over and like kind of like collect fake coins. Almost like a side scroller, but it was like kind of like an AR style, where it just projected over whatever surface is out there. It's AR before it was AR, but
AR refers to augmented reality, not that they never
augmented
pull out when
reality.
they don't get ice cream.
Yeah, I do that a lot. Like even to this day, when I'm driving and stuff like that, I imagine like a fictitious character like doing platforming, collecting coins, even though I'm driving. But
Good to know that the person who is just about on the limits of being legally able to drive because of his blindness is also distracted about a fake video game character that is running alongside him as he's driving.
Yep.
Good to know.
But other than that, like an actual like fantasy, probably an apocalypse scenario. I don't know what it is about that that's so appealing to me, but it really is. Like, tear down the establishment, every man for himself. Like,
he who controls the pants controls the universe.
Agreed. like just the idea, like where people's priorities are. Like, what is the first thing that you do? Where is the first place that you go? How do you prepare for it? How do you treat other people in a similar scenario? How's your street smarts versus your book smarts? Like, who do you take with you? Like, what do you try to save? All that other stuff. It's like, that seems pretty fascinating to me. And I always wonder what I would do in a doomsday scenario, either during the doomsday scenario or after the scenario's already happened and it's, the rebuilding process. Always love post-apocalyptic settings, or even like, during apocalyptic settings.
Hmm. I have to ask, would you be the helpful type or the, not so helpful type?
I am skeptical of everybody.
Mhm.
So I would be like probably overly cautious. I think would be a fair statement, but I would be helpful to a degree. Like, sorry man, I'm looking out for number one first, but if I have spare resources, then maybe I might help you out.
Right.
Um,
So you would certainly help fellow man if you had them, and not steal from fellow man even if you already had it.
it depends on who they are.
I see. So that sounds
Like,
like you'd be more of a neutral kind of thing.
I would be chaotic neutral.
Let's not bring D&D into this.
Or maybe even lawful. I might be lawful neutral. I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah, I would do that. But
Well, it sounds like we need to wrap this episode up then.
oh,
No need to no need to go any further than that. Am I right?
I mean, maybe you still never told me what your fantasy was.
Oh, didn't I?
No?
Oh, yeah, that's funny because you'll just have to listen to the episode, Andy. I'm pretty sure. I want a poker night. Right. I just want to have a poker night, a reoccurring poker night, not just once or twice, but like every couple of weeks, where you sit around a table and you have chips, and I don't mean chips as in poker chips, but like edible chips, just other things to snack on, and
You just gotta contact Poker Pete every once in a while. Hell, I got a table for you.
all the wives are gone, and you know, just hang out and play poker.
sounds majestic.
I've been wanting it to happen for so long now, and I finally have my own place, so it's probably going to happen. And the beautiful part about it is the fact that wintertime is upon us soon. And when that happens, Andy, wintertime
Mhm.
is a time for no one to have plans. No one has stuff to do during Saturdays in the wintertime. They're all like, oh, it's too cold to go out. But if they're going to a well-heated place with plenty of entertainment and a great pot of chili, which I will provide, poker time can happen.
Mm,
Poker time
chili.
can happen. Exactly. Chili. Maybe have a beer or two.
You don't have enough bathroom space for that many people to have chili in a poker night.
And lose all your money to me, because I'm great at poker. I think that's the reason I want poker to happen so much. Speaking of bets that I would take every time. Anyway, I guess the only thing left to do here is to just, well, end the episode and say goodbye to these fine folks.
Oh. Do you have anything in mind?
Well, given my latest rant, Betty Crocker. Like BET-T Crocker.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm like, where the hell did you get Betty Crocker from?
Because of cooking chili for everyone. While
Got you.
gambling.
I kind of like the idea of doing Willy Wonka, just the V's instead of the W's.
Grand Theft Chocolate.
I could get behind that.
Can we just look up what it would be in German and just say that as the name of the episode?
What Grand Theft Chocolate would be in German?
Yeah.
Do we have any German speakers in our listening audience?
Does it matter? They'll have to listen.
I'm just curious.
Oh, probably not.
Okay.
Okay. I got it that time, and I think it's going to play throughout the podcast, but we're going to hear it again. Grand Diebstahl Schokolade.
Weird.
We're not doing that.
All right. What about sexy rabies?
Sexy rabies orgies?
Sexually transmitted chocolate?
How about what would you do for a Klondike bar?
If we had Klondike bars in there. Oh, but there was the ice cream story with the McDonald's thing.
That was the joke behind it, Andy.
Oh, and what would you do? Okay, that's double. It works on two levels. Like, what would you do as an act, and what would you do as far as like having sex with?
Okay, that was a lot further than I wanted to take it. It was a joke because the dude was holding up a McDonald's for ice cream. But alright.
I mean, like, what would you do, and like, what would you do?
How about... I was gonna say how about like Secret Admirer, but no.
Nah. Chocolate lube?
There's gotta be something we're not seeing here. How about shaken, not stirred?
I can get behind that. Hold on. I feel like we've done something like that before, though.
Did we? Alright. How about, what else did we talk about? Let's see here. Like shaken. What bet will you take?
Jackass juice.
Jackass juice. Oh, I didn't think of using that word in there.
Right?
How about disease-ridden ass?
Okay, yeah, because again, that works on two levels. He was ridden, and he was ridden.
Oh my god. Why?
Because he was.
How about... Well, I also don't want to use ass, because...
Why not? You could go with chocolate ass cream.
And that's the name of the episode this week. I almost want to make, if it wasn't too long, it would be assault rifles for chocolate ass cream. Because that would literally cram all three of them in there.
Nah, keep it simple. Three words is plenty.
Yeah, that's definitely going to do it for episode number 49.
49.
49.
Chocolate ass cream.
Next week is 50, right?
Next week is 50. Touting this sucker for a year now.
Yeah.
Ought to be a big episode for us.
Yeah. Look forward to
Which,
that.
which will probably not be affected by the reduced format. We're probably going to do a full episode
Yes,
for 50.
thank you for mentioning that. This is kind of going a little longer to begin with, but yeah, we're probably going to do a full episode for 50. Full as in the full episode that you guys were used to prior to this and last week. So it's probably going to be an hour to hour and a half for next week because everyone's probably going to want it to be that way.
Mm.
But until then, that will do it for this week's edition of the Side Splitters, episode number 49, aptly named Chocolate Ass Cream. My name is Lyle.
Und my name is Andy.
We will see you next week.
Ciao.